Hello guys, welcome back to another video of the channel in pursuit of wisdom. So today we will talk about the chapter 6 of the book, Freedom from Soul Wounds and Demons. I also wanna say that I will be uploading shorts about psychology and attachment styles and about like the dynamics of relationships, toxic relationships, and narcissism, and the opposite people to narcissism that have a lot of empathy. So make sure to check those out too. And if you need advice on your own relationship, then I have been learning from certified relationship coaches and psychologists. So I think I will be able to help you. If you need some advice, then you can call me or reach out to me. Uh, I have given my number in the about section of this channel. So if you want, then I can give you advice. For now, it's free, but but maybe if it gets if a lot of people would want the advice, then maybe I'll start charging later. But for now, it's free. So in this video, we'll do the chapter 6. So the chapter's name is well walking out your deliverance. Okay, so just zoom in a little. Oh, it's perfect. So how does a person who chooses to have their soul wounds healed and demons delivered continue to walk it out as time goes on and not fall back into the same sin they were in again, or worse? Well, everyone does have a free will to choose between good and evil, and thus have good or bad fruit. Most who are truly pursuing deliverance do not feel true peace within themselves. When they understand what inner healing and deliverance truly gives them, they realize they do not want to live a sin filled life anymore. Instead, they desire to experience the true peace and freedom that deliverance produces. Many have heard about the Bible verse that once we have been delivered, if we go back and pursue a sinful lifestyle, knowing what it was like to be delivered, demons do have legal rights to bring more demons with them to torment us again. Matthew, an unclean spirit returns. When an unclean spirit goes out of a man, he goes through dry places, seeking rest and finds none. Then he says, I will return to my house from which I came. And when he comes, he finds it empty, swept and put in order. Then he goes and takes with him 7 other spirits, more wicked than himself, and they enter and dwell there. And the last state of that man is worse than the first. So shall it also be with this wicked generation. Okay. We need to make sure when we have been healed and delivered to continue to pursue the things of the Lord and not go back to the same lifestyle as before that allowed demons to have legal rights to torment us. We need to not make idols of ungodly activities that take priority over the Lord, nor give our time to them each week. We need to avoid watching movies or TV shows that are ungodly. The movies and TV shows nowadays they're all propaganda. They're all propaganda. All they want you is to normalize sin. So it's better to avoid them. Not do yoga. Not look at sexual images of men or women. Not masturbate anymore. Not have sexual relation with people we are not married to. not participate in any occult practices, and abstain from anything that would give demons an open door to attack us again. Chapter 4. If we do something that we know is purposefully sinning, demons will have the legal right to bring back more to torment us even worse. Why? It was because we made a conscious decision with our free will to pursue sin after we had already pursued deliverance and knew the truth. I remember one man who had gotten delivered and then decided to smoke marijuana. Demons that had left him upon deliverance were then allowed to come right back and torment him again. It took him much longer to get delivered the next time around when he got serious again. So, what should we do? We need to continue to feed our spirits godly truth, continue to pursue a sexually pure lifestyle, walk in humility and righteous living, grow stronger spiritually, and then help others to get healed, delivered, and freed so that we can pass on what we have enjoyed. Sadly, most churches do not teach the deeper spiritual truths, and most will continue to preach messages that come against the deeper truths of the Lord. What should you do if you are attending a church under a pastor that continues to preach messages that are not true? Like saying Christians don't need to be delivered from demons, or that praying in tongues is of the devil, or all prophets are false. You may need to change churches and follow a pastor who teaches you the whole truth of the Bible, including how to get your soul wounds healed and delivered from demons tormenting your mind and body, and to pursue spiritual gifts like praying in tongues and talking about all the open doors the demons have to torment you due to your behavior. If your pastor does not teach on things that actually change your life, to seeing your day to day fruit closer to Christ, allowing you to walk in the fruit of the Spirit, and seeing you and your spouse living in peace so you can raise your children in a healthy environment. What good is it to hear a watered down message each week that does not change anything but simply makes you feel good? You may need to search for deeper teachings from anointed men and women online in order to continue to grow spiritually and have the peace you are searching for. Yeah, you may need to search for deeper teaching from anointed men. Yeah, like how I am teaching you guys. I'm just kidding. But really, this is not something they teach anywhere in schools or in colleges and churches. This you will not see it anywhere. If you submit to a pastor who does not lead you closer to the Lord, does not speak the whole truth of the word for the sake of being able to walk in the fruit of the Spirit, seeing peace and righteousness in your life, but instead you continue to struggle with your flesh and sin, then you must realize that both you and your family's salvation could be at stake. I remember a man who the Lord had taken to hell to show him what it was like there. He was shocked to see all the people he thought were saved on earth who were now in hell, which included his former pastor. We know that a small remnant of people will go to heaven. Those who actually have fruit of the Spirit in their lives and have hearts and minds after Christ. It is not about works, for even the Pharisees and scribes did works in public to impress other people. It is about our hearts and minds, and if we truly have fruit of the Spirit. Jeremiah, I, the Lord, search the heart, I test the mind, even to give every man according to his ways, according to the fruit of his doings. When we have had our soul wounds healed, and have been delivered from demons, we will hear much less voices from demonic spirits and hear the Lord much more clearly and have more peace. We will have more godly discernment and wisdom. Our day to day fruit will also line up with righteousness and Jesus. We will not have the same fleshly desires as we did pre deliverance. We should not want to watch movies or social media videos that are ungodly, listen to songs that have sexualized lyrics, exactly. That's also propaganda, or watch pornography or other sexually laced material. We will spend more time talking with the Lord and praying in tongues in the Spirit and hearing what the Lord says or shows us. We will also want to help others get healed from their soul wounds and delivered from their demons so they can enjoy the same peace and joy in their lives. So, walking out our deliverance amounts to pursuing Christ-like things in our life. If you are married, you will truly love and serve your spouse like Jesus would desire you to do, and it will be easy and not forced to try to be nice for a day or two and then being mean to them again. You will also love your children as you should. Instruction for Christian household. Wives, submit to your husbands, as is fitting for those who belong to the Lord. Husbands, love your wives and never treat them harshly. Children, always obey your parents, for this pleases the Lord. Here I would like to say that, as you can see, it is written in the Bible that wives submit to your husband. So, when a man follows God, then the wife should follow and submit to her husband. That is how a family is supposed to work in a good way, as it is written in the Bible. So, wives should submit to their husbands, and husbands are supposed to love their wives. And there's written, children, always obey your parents. So, I would like to add that within the boundaries, like there are toxic parents too. So, you're supposed to have boundaries with them, not just obey whatever your parents say. Okay, so moving on. When men are delivered, they will submit to God and live a godly lifestyle because they can hear His voice clearly now. And they want to obey God. They will have godly desire and then love their wife like Christ, never treating her harshly or being selfish. Women will want to submit to God and their husband's godly leadership and authority the way the Lord would want them to. They won't try to, what is this word? Usurp their husband's godly authority. What does this? I mean, it means like they won't try to, sabotage their husband's godly authority or leadership because they trust their husband as their husband listens and obeys God and truly loves them unconditionally. The husband will also trust his wife if the Lord speaks to her and will listen to what the Lord says to her. They will be on the same team and recognize that Satan and his demons are the real enemy. Their children will naturally want to obey their parents because they feel loved by them and not controlled or abused. Yes. It is the proper order that all true Christian families should live in, but few actually do because most are not healed from their soul wounds and delivered from demons. There will be peace, order, love, respect in the family instead of chaos, yelling, hatred, rebelliousness, and disobedience. Exactly, that is what I was also trying to say, but he said it in a much more better way. So, moving on. This is actually how God wanted families to run. Like the, the first authority goes to God, then to the man, then to the women, then to the children. So the hierarchy is like this: God, man, women, children. If there will be any mm, disorder uh, in this hierarchy, then there will be no peace, there will be no order, there will be no love, respect, there will be chaos, hatred. So this is the way God wanted it to be, and this is what the propaganda is targeting. So feminism was also a propaganda to target the family unit, to target this, what God, the order that God gave. So it's important for us to see that. We should be able to see the propaganda and deception that is going on. Okay, moving on. Walking out one's deliverance can be a most beautiful thing as your family and friends meet the new you. You no longer trigger on people, behave selfishly, try to control others, or live a life of fleshly desires. You are living out a personal revival within yourself and want others to receive it too. You will experience peace, joy, and love like never before. Okay, so that's it for chapter 6. The next chapter is chapter 7, having Jesus heal your soul wounds. So it will be covered in the next video. Thank you for watching. Kindly like and subscribe and share. I hope this can help as many people as it can. So I will really appreciate you guys subscribing, sharing, watching my videos. So thank you.